Let me just ask you a few quick more questions. One is the affordability challenge. You mentioned getting a mortgage in your 20s. Very few people in their 20s now get mortgages. The idea of a starter home really is something that's being put off to the 30s and beyond. How do we resolve that given what's the housing stock, the prices? It seems like an intractable challenge.
Yeah, I mean, affordability is one of the biggest challenges of our time. Our young people that, are in their young 20s, people are buying homes later in life, forming households later in life, getting married later in life. I mean, things that are quite different than when I was growing up. And our purpose and our goals under this administration, we are here to help expand access to mortgage credit in affordable ways through, whether it's the FHA having a lower down payment program, VA having 100% financing for veterans to be able to enter homeownership. Those government programs are designed to make it more affordable. We still have significant issues with our supply in our country's housing supply. That is having a lot of pressure on costs and prices. And that continues to make affordability a huge challenge. And now, obviously, we have high interest rates to kind of that mount on top of that to make it even more difficult for folks to access homeownership. So our goal, expanding access, strengthening the system and making sure that the institutions that are supposed to be are offering these government mortgage loans and people have access to credit and can buy a home, again, with low or no down payment programs that government programs offer. And also just ensuring that we have that we are supporting, low and moderate income households, first-time home buyers who are often younger people. Again, those are the populations that we are built to serve in the government mortgage programs, and it's really, really crucial that we have a system that people know they can access safely, and that we can help do what we are able to do from the financing side to make housing more affordable across this country, so people have that opportunity to get on the first rung of homeownership towards wealth building.
And let me end, President McCargo, I bring it back to you because people say it takes about a year to get truly a feel for the job. What do you know now that perhaps you didn't know then? And I think it's always, you never quite know what it's like to lead an organization like this until you get into it. What has surprised you, and what you might have even done differently knowing what you know now?
Yeah, it's been, and I feel like I'm still, it's evolving every single day. What's really, I don't know that it's surprising. I will say, as I said earlier, the people that I'm working with and the fact that that this group of women have come together and are working side by side, that I know that has just been something we've all been reflecting on a lot, especially with Women's History Month, coming out of Women's History Month, Black History Month, being the first woman of color in this role. I'm just reflecting on, it's been not surprising, but it's just been so wonderful to see the warmth and welcome that many people that we have to work with across this ecosystem, whether it's CEOs at the different companies that are counterparties of ours, to the trade associations we work with. Everybody has been incredibly supportive. And I would say that just the level of collaboration, the ability to kind of listen, and people really understand and appreciate, that we are listening and that we are making sure that the things we are doing that have an effect on other parts of the mortgage ecosystem, that we're taking that into consideration, and we're trying to stabilize things in places where they're not stable. And so that's been the most interesting. The other thing I would just note, there were just things happening, and again, a lot of this is the macroeconomic environment playing out, that did surprise me. Like at the end of the year, we saw some real stress in one of our programs, the reverse mortgage program, which helps seniors tap equity in their homes. And some of the participants in that program were facing some distress, and that came a little bit as a surprise, just the level of connectivity that these issues had to some of the broader issues that we're seeing play out in the system. And I think just that awareness and our focus on making sure that we're stabilizing. That's what we're here to do. There should be sustainability and stability, and that consumers are our number one focus, is just making sure, even in the secondary market, we're removed from consumers, but just making sure that everything we do, we understand the consequences and the impacts of those decisions that we're making and the policies that we're making on the people and the communities that we are here to serve.
And the speed.
And that kind of focus, kind of at the top of the agenda all day, every day, really keeps our eye on the ball. We understand our why. We know what we're doing and why we're doing it. And we are making decisions that we think are best and most sound for the American people.
And the speed of the interest rate hikes during your tenure, that's hard to deal with. That's been like from 0 to 60 in such a fast time.